Star Wars Battlefront 2. A game that contrived many conspiracies but also set itself on a path of recovery against all odds. The game released in November of 2017 and was developed by the infamous Electronic Arts studio, DICE. Like many video games at the time, the title endured a rough launch that was persistent with bugs and glitches. A completely different experience to what fans expected from the highly rated trailers that showcased beautiful graphics and faithful adaptations of fan favorite characters. With the addition of Star Wars heroes being locked behind paywalls, the game underwent heavy criticism, but not only by gaming journalists, but loyal Star Wars fans as well. Now, I've already made a video that details the history of microtransactions in the Star Wars franchise and other games, which I'll link so you don't have to listen to me go on and on and on about the dodgy practices. Anyway, welcome to my video essay about the forgotten masterpiece, which was Star Wars Battlefront 2.
All wings, let's give them everything we've got! Right behind you, Paul.
Loot boxes caused the game to lose popularity amongst its target audience, and even became a global topic for debate. This dissatisfaction from Star Wars fans continued as the community manager at the time underwent a controversy that saw him leave the position and fall out of public opinion. It seemed that the game had a grim future, with lackluster updates within its first year of release. Then in 2018, things started to change. After Sledgehammer, the previous community manager of the game, left DICE with a seemingly bad reputation, Ben Walk took up the mantle to steer the game in the right direction.
The balance of the Force has been shaken. The Clone Wars have begun.
2018 brought around a number of crucial updates to the game's lifecycle, the most prominent being the arrival of General Grievous and the subsequent reveal of the Clone Wars update. Unsurprisingly, the reaction from the fans were overwhelmingly positive, as many of them, as well as I, loved the Clone Wars era. This update made Battlefront 2 popular again and undoubtedly bolstered the morale in the development team. After fans enjoyed fighting alongside or as Obi-Wan Kenobi, the addition of Anakin Skywalker and Count Dooku in 2019 came as a
surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one.
March of the same year brought around the vanguard of Battlefront 2, Capital Supremacy. The addition of this mode saw the largest in-game battles yet, 20v20 with bots to add to the grand scale feeling. This mode is my personal favourite, as matches can reach an hour or more of constant action. Essentially, the game mode pitches two teams to capture 5 separate command posts, each contributing to a percentage bar if you hold the majority. When the bar reaches 100% for a team, the dominating players are transported up into the opposition's capital ship to destroy an objective, hence the name of Capital Supremacy. The further expansion of the Republic-era map selection with Kashyyyk and Kamino, as well as reinforcements such as the Droideka, brought more and more players to the game, with expectations now being exceeded instead of falling short. Not long after, Felucia arrived with the Clone Commando, and to end off the year, the Rise of Skywalker update emerged. Everything looked perfect. The comeback was complete. The game was getting regular updates, with the Age of the Rebellion next on the list. Players were enjoying the game for hours on end, and the development team seemed happy with the progress. Then, 2020 rolled around, and the world was plunged into a pandemic which caused everything to come to a standstill, but the updates were still coming for the game. But in April, everything changed, and the community was exposed to a horrifying announcement. With the arrival of Scarif, a community transmission detailing the closure of the game came alongside with it. Creative director Dennis Bramble signed off with the following: developing characters, worlds, and experiences set in this amazing galaxy that is Star Wars is an honor and it has continued to be a remarkable, challenging, and ultimately rewarding journey for the entire team. Knowing that we will have a passionate community of millions of players and Star Wars fans, just like ourselves, along on the ride, it is the greatest inspiration we could ever have. Community means more even in times of when we need to stay physically apart. We hope that on Star Wars Battlefront 2 and the upcoming The Battle on Scarif update will inspire you to keep playing and sharing. I'm really proud of what we've accomplished and continue to accomplish together. May the Force be with you. Obviously, the community was completely shocked. Why was the game being shut down in its prime? Was it because of the lack of potential content? No, it couldn't be. There was so much more to come. Maybe the team lost their passion for the game or couldn't deliver what the fans wanted. In reality, it was soon uncovered that it was due to the new Battlefield game, Battlefield 2042. As expected, this brought a lot of hate on Electronic Arts for shutting down development for a game that was recently gaining more support than ever. It wasn't like DICE was running out of content. They had an infinite amount of ideas that they could have pulled from not only Star Wars canon, but Legends as well. Highly anticipated characters such as Ahsoka Tano and Asajj Ventress were predicted to come in future updates, but unfortunately, these predictions didn't come to fruition. One can only guess what was going through the heads of the EA executives at this point. It made no sense to discontinue a game that was only becoming more popular amongst the Star Wars franchise. Electronic Arts remains as one of the largest game publishers in the world, in spite of their large record of fumbles and botched game launches. With this being said, I only ask for them to see the light and begin development for a new Battlefront game. The content is there, the target audience is there, the funding is right there. It's a tap-in, which is impossible to miss unless your name is Nicholas Jackson or Anthony for that matter. Hope should not be discarded. I really believe in the ability of these developers to right EA's wrongs if they're given enough time. Us Star Wars fans are patient. We just need confirmation of a new game, and we are dreaming by the mere mention of it. If there's a notion of financial unsustainability behind the development of a new Battlefront game, then there are many solutions that us fans would be open to help solve. Introduce paid DLCs again, increase the price of the base game, offer a cosmetic item shop in the game if you really need to. But as long as you make the game playable at launch with an acceptable amount of content, you have yourself a long-term project EA. Yet, in reality, it is plausible that we will probably not see another game like Star Wars Battlefront 2 due to the ever-changing norms of the gaming industry and the obsession to follow trends for the sake of short-term financial gain. And with that, I'll leave you all with an idea to ponder until maybe, just maybe, EA or another studio will help us make that idea come true. Thank you all for listening, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye, and may the Force be with you. Always.